Hello. So, let's see, I am compilating a list of my 10 favorite NetherRealm Studios characters, all the way from Mortal Kombat 9 to Injustice Gods Among Us to Mortal Kombat X to Injustice 2, all the way to Mortal Kombat 11. So, and with that, I'll be playing with one of my faves, Collector, and I'll show some tricks you can do with him for the few people who actually play with him. And let's just get started. Starting back in Injustice, my top 10, my 10th character would be Thal Sinestro. Okay, let me turn that off. Don't need that to be on. It's amplifying the sound. Thal Sinestro was a zoner character. He's basically the evil Yellow Lantern in the first game. And that's when I really started to jump into the competitive scene of fighting games, which I hadn't before with Injustice. And I ranked up probably 1,000 wins with him. But, he was a zoner character. So that's really kind of the reason why I put him at number 10. He's kind of basic and not that hard to figure out. Luckily, the whole community didn't really have a problem with him. So I wasn't getting constantly cursed out by people online. So, yeah, he had a good tech, decent tech. So if we had to jump over to number 9, it would be the DLC for Injustice Gods Among Us. It would be Lobo. What I really dug about him was it really encapsulated his renegade spirit, I guess. Hold on. And he had a good intro. He had some funny clashes. He didn't have too many of them because he was a DLC character. He wasn't very good when he first started out. The whole community was like he wasn't a high competitive tournament level character. They kind of thought he was the worst in the game when he first came out, and like 6 months later they finally made him decent. But he was always fun to play with. But I've never really been good with command grabs, so his Zarnian toss just always had me kind of, it was a hole in my arsenal. I could never really use it on command. So, alright, now going up to number 8 would probably be... Who would go in my number 8? I'm still kind of... Alright, Injustice 2, the Witch Lady Enchantress. She was really surprisingly fun because nobody really cared about her, I think, when she got announced, because Suicide Squad was terrible. But her gameplay was really good. She when Injustice 2 came out, Dr. Fate was in it, and his ability to make you feel like a wizard was kind of a joke, especially compared to this girl who had every magic spell in the book at her disposal. So if you really got off on tricks and stuff of that nature, she really did wonders with that. Alright, who will go after? Who is after this girl? I'm looking at the screenshots because, I don't have them all in perfect. Let's see. Alright, I might toss it up to Quan Chi next. Quan Chi was, once they revealed his trailer for MKX, he was using magical portals to stab you. He was stabbing you through portals and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. He was easily one of the coolest characters in the game. And I had a blast playing with him. His forward A, just to throw that boot out of a portal, and the jumping skull thing he would do like that was awesome. Had a great time playing with him. He died, unfortunately, in the last game, so he didn't show up here. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. It was what it was. Alright, who do we jump to next? I would probably say, MKX Tremor. Tremor is a character I didn't know nothing about, and he got announced, he came out, and he had these really cool rock abilities. And I really love characters that just do crazy stuff you can't do in the real world, and he would just shift his hands into whatever barbaric contraption he could think of. It was super cool. Oh, wait, damn it. I'm not too disappointed he's not in this game because I just knew he kind of wasn't gonna be. So that's just that. Alright, next up we would have thing keeps driving me crazy. This iPhone turns off so damn quickly. You just blink, it's gone. Alright, it would probably be Captain Cold from Injustice 2. I was really digging him being involved in that last game, hoping he was the one guy who'd won in it, because, you know, Wentworth Miller was great as Captain Cold in the Flash TV show, and they announced him, and it was fun. His gameplay was, I would say, good, not amazing. Like, the next character I'm going to announce was just like had this sort of a silky smooth, seamless, could do damn near so many tools, just he could do anything. What I liked about Captain, I did love that he could like just jump in the air and just like create this tray, this thing he could stand on that looked like a Mario thing that you could jump onto, like an old-fashioned NES game or something. I thought that was really cool. You know, creating that snow globe, you know, we trapped people in there, we froze them, it was awesome. We all had a great time. Next up would be Robin, a character nobody really likes, but his gameplay in Injustice 2 was amazing. He had like a dozen sword combos. He would like flip out of the air and do this overhead at any point in the screen, and his character trait was phenomenal. He had 3 batarangs he could throw at any distance, and one of them would allow him to teleport, so you could like basically do a move, and if the opponent's blocking, you could teleport away. One was a low explosive thing that hit low. The other one like was this retractable, hit the opponent from the back side. You could extend combos with it or just keep up pressure. Robin was like a dream you didn't even see coming. He was amazing to play as. Next up at number, I really don't know. I'll put up the number in the screen thingamajiggy because I don't know what number I'm up to now. Is Alien from Mortal Kombat X. He was great. You know, I just really love creepy reptile kind of creatures, and they really implemented his tail amazingly well, and he ended up being like the best character in the game, so I was kind of on that early. What else could he had, once I started playing with him in training mode, I just knew he was going to be top tier because he just had too many tools. And he was probably the first character in MKX where I liked all of his variations, so that was lit. You know, you got this reptile alien just biting your head off, doing all sorts of crazy stuff you would just enjoy. This damn iPhone, I'm going to strangle it. Take my word for it, I'm me. Alright, who do we got left? We got probably 2 characters left, right? Yep. Alright, we're down to the last 2. Alright, and here, my number 2 is the Collector, believe it or not. This guy is just, I stick with him because people might wonder why would you even play with this C+ character. He has a lot of tools. I like that he's kind of creepy and twisted. He's just doing, most people don't even know what they're getting into when they're dealing with this guy. He's hitting low, he's hitting high. He's got all sorts of craziness. Keep you guessing like all that. Oh, there's this other tech. He has one of the most brutal crushing blows in the game. What's not to like? And let's see. Well, I don't really have to talk about how much I like him. I mean, I've been playing with him this whole time. You kind of get the gist of it. This guy has unblockable damage from any point in the screen. This is a real pain in the ass. He could do it in the air, guys. He does it in the air. Boom. So when things get low and everybody's down to 10% health, people get really nervous around Collector. He's got unblockable damage from anywhere. That's a game changer. If you could get them to that point of desperation. Now, we don't got a lot of time left. Number 1 goes to Mortal Kombat 9, Freddy Krueger. Enough said. How do you beat Freddy freaking Krueger? I mean, and he has one of the best teleports in all these games to date. He had the best one. He could just teleport back, forward, and extend it forward and extend it backwards. And it was seamless and smooth. Shazam's is kind of trash. You could only argue kind of that Scorpion's is maybe better because it comes with an attack. But it was just fun teleporting into fire as Freddy Krueger. You could like teleport like 15 times in 6 seconds. It was just so much fun. He had mix-ups. I've always been a huge Freddy Krueger fan, and he was a perfect fit for Mortal Kombat. You guys let me know what your top 10 is or any characters you really think stand out.